And considering the time control, you have to imagine it will all break down to really to some technical position. We don't know if we will be like theoretically winning or possibly theoretical draw, but still you have to defend it with 10 seconds increments. So you're running out of time sooner or later, and then so that's a good chance for Naka to score with black, which more or less would mean the end of the match, considering 25 seconds, 25 minutes time control.
More or less classical game, but
you can play a normal game, having the white pieces. You are happy with the draw.
So, by the way, how we get to this position?
Just quickly go forward to see what. Yeah, we've seen. Remember A4 and stuff. A4, D4 takes on B3, Rook A2.
And knight d5 immediately.
Knight d5 immediately.
Yes, because the knight is... I mean, the pawn is chained.
The point being that bishop takes, pawn takes. You can't go to...
d6,
you can't take on e5, yeah.
Knight d3.
Then he goes bishop g4. Well, so it looks like a nicely played game by Hikaru, by the way. So he always kept some initiative, it seemed.
Looks like.
Bishop f5, knight c5, rook... Where the rook is going?
Rook e2.
e2, rook b2. Yeah, I mean, white shouldn't lose this one normally, but...
Yeah, but the problem is the pawn structure is this white's pawn structure is a benefit for black pair of bishops, because at some point knight on c5 is chained to defend the e4 square. Otherwise, black will go bishop e4 and the rook becomes chained on the first rank because of the mating threats.
So that king f or something, yeah. King
maybe it was better to play the more solid way. I mean, not to play rook at 8 at all.
Okay,
probably just
yeah.
First of all play king f1, king e1, king d2, and then probably rook a7 at some point, because
anyway, so we did get the position with extra exchange for Hikaru Nakamura. That's what happens. Yeah, we can update. I believe we can try to update this game, because now knight f4 wasn't played, by the way. He went knight c5 and Hikaru played f5. F5 is, not an obvious move to me. Knight to d3.
Yeah, but just rook a5 and king a6. Okay, but you can play knight f4 probably.
Yeah, that was my original thought.
But at some point, I mean, you have to play f5.
Bishop d6 was played by Hikaru after knight d3. Restricting knight. So the position after knight f4, bishop takes should be completely winning for black, right?
Yes.
Bishop takes, rook takes. It's kind of, you have the wrong bishop for this one to be defendable, because with bishop on f3, I'm not really sure what the evaluation is, but it's really tricky to win, even if, let's say, even if it's winning. Yeah, with bishop on f4, not so much, because you have light square weaknesses. The king will penetrate to e4, or you will have to create more weaknesses playing f3, so that's most likely to be winning.
It's difficult to say, is it needed to play h4? I mean, like if the bishop was another color, because at some point,
G2, yeah. All right. So, well, knight f4 obviously wasn't played. By the way, let's have if we can switch, yeah.
So Nakamura has less time then. So king c4 is played there.
King c4,
allowing to take.
Yeah, allowing white to take on g5.
But the problem is that probably we have to take with bishop, because if knight g5, there is some ideas connected with rook a2, and then bishop b4 is threatening, and bishop g5, yes. So for example, if simply we play, like if we take, there is bishop
b4, that's winning.
Black is winning.
Yeah, you could go f4 and still not lose. You do lose a piece after king c3. Yeah, absolutely. He takes with the bishop. He has taken, here king c3, last move, winning a piece. He takes on g5 with the bishop. What's the plan in this case?
Maybe I can start with king d4 all of a sudden, because after bishop e7 I just give a check and take
King
the bishop.
F2 takes, but that's, I'm not sure if it's winning, to be honest. Like knight g5, h3, f4, something like that. Yeah. Meanwhile, I was told that the game of Jan Nepomniachtchi, we finished in a draw, so 2 draws so far. That's been the only game which is in progress from the tiebreak game 1. Whenever this one is finished, it will be 10 minutes break before games 1 and 2 of each match. So, and I believe we'll also make a quick break during the players break. Right. So what happens after bishop g5? Bishop b4 was played. That's the current position.
Yeah, bishop
so
b4, knight e5 check.
Knight e5 check, and
Yeah.
it turns out you cannot take d4.
Yeah,
so
because of the
Hikaru has
check.
blundered this one. Check, king goes, and then knight b4, and you don't have rook a2. The knight guards a2.
Yeah, and, if
And after king
takes, just
d4, it's bishop e7. Yes, so that was a blunder. Not that he's risking anything. I mean, black really has to blunder 2-3 times more in order to lose. But his winning chances after he blundered this one are pretty slim, I would say.
Knight d3, rook
And
a2,
bishop
king
d2 was
f1,
played.
and
So
bishop
he's
d2.
trying to trade the bishops.
Yeah, so the king
Yeah,
has
the
been
king,
cut it off.
you know, with king on first rank, it's not something that looks pleasant. Bishop
But you know,
e3. no?
bishop g5
bishop
wasn't a
f6.
threat because of knight b4. So bishop e3 is very...
Bishop e3 was possible. Funny enough, bishop e3 was... No, he played bishop f6. He has played bishop f6. King to c4, check, and finally he takes on d4. Naka takes on d4. Discovered check, but
There is no sense in it.
not clear where to discover such.
Maybe it's time to
G4.
play g4.
G4.
then.
That's what Daniil does. G4. But now, you know, with white king being on first rank, even if you get rid of all the pawns, you're not out of the woods,
Yeah,
because
it can be checkmate.
yeah, there might be some checkmate ideas, and they are both down to 20 seconds.
Like, by the way, can I play bishop f4?
You might.
Like,
I really don't know.
If you make a check, I just
Knight
play
G6,
simply king
king
e3.
e3.
So white has to take, probably.
Takes f5, I guess. Yeah, bishop f4. We'll see it now. We'll see it now. He has played it. Bishop f4. White doesn't have all that much of a choice, because yeah, if you
knight
just
is
give a
hanging.
random check, king goes to e3, then takes on f3, and that's the end of the game. So
King
you
takes.
take on f4. He takes on f5, I suspect.
Yes, probably g5 is not a good move. I just
G5?
simply take on e3, right?
Yeah, well, actually,
But Daniil decided to play knight h4, which is probably
knight
better because
h4.
knight f4 leads to the losing position.
Knight h4 takes on g4 and bishop g3, I suspect, or no, he didn't play it just yet.
But it's a good move. I
He's
mean,
still defending, but kind of on the ropes, you know. h6.
just h6.
h6. That's interesting. h6. So the pawns are not going any further.
Yeah, fixing the pawns may be a very good practical decision.
And as well, you give a chance to your opponent to make a mistake. I mean, you know, both being very short on time. King g1, for instance. Now bishop g3 looks nicer.
Or maybe we can start with bishop h2 check and then play bishop g3.
Bishop g3 at once.
No, I think he played bishop h2 check.
Ah, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Check.
I mean, forcing to go to f1.
Back to
otherwise.
f1. Rook f2, blundering heavily. Daniil blunders heavily, and I mean, it's just a piece up.
Yeah.
So, was it the final mistake, king f1, or he could go to h1 and still fight?
I think the position is still losing, and
The position is bad. Yeah, we have to agree on this. The
like
position.
I can still play maybe even king f4.
King f4, g3, h3.
No, but probably I may blunder the last tactical trap.
This, king h3, and rook takes g2.
Okay, safely enough,
That's winning.
Okay, I should admit that maybe after king h1 the initial idea was to play bishop g3,
Bishop
and
g3.
it was the
and-
right time because the king is
Okay,
situated very badly.
so 2 draws in tiebreak matches. So draw for Wesley Saw and Alexander Grishuk, very sharp position in which they've decided to repeat the moves. Then it was a draw for Wei and Jan Nepomniachtchi. Once again, very complex game with a lot of tricks in the end game. And finally, Daniil Dubov lost to Hikaru Nakamura. Well, first, perhaps allowing Hikaru to pick up the exchange on d5, maybe it was not necessary, and then I believe a lot of stuff was happening, but in the time trouble he has blundered a piece. So 10 minutes between the rounds. We will sign off for 5 minutes, I believe, so just a quick break. We'll start the coverage like in a few minutes before the start. Right, before the start of the next round. You can see the countdown. It's 9 minutes left. Yeah, 9 minutes left before game 2.
So the players have some time to relax or rethink their
and very
first
likely
game.
that today we will see even shorter time controls for the first time in this tournament, because